Hi, this is Conrad Zimmerman of FistShark Marketing, reminding you that this show happens thanks to the financial support of fans like you. For what you find by digging around on your couch, you can help us make more stuff to enjoy while sitting on your couch. Just visit patreon.com/FistShark or click the Patreon link at fistshark.com to learn more about how to pledge a small monthly contribution. And thanks for listening.
Okay, Conrad, we've got another Kanye West lawsuit to deal with. He is suing you specifically this time. I know he seems to target individuals every now and then. It'll be the usual thing. I'm just going to take down your details, and then we'll eventually settle. I don't even know how he's got a case. Apparently you stole his hands and he can no longer play guitar. A, I've never seen him play guitar, and B, his hands are right there. He hand wrote this litigation. But anyway... So I'm gonna put down Conrad Haberdashery Silk.
No. It's Conrad James Reardon now.
CJD.
I don't like it. Yeah.
What? Why? What? You changed your name? Why would you? Did you legally change your name, or is that just an alias?
Oh no, it's entirely legal. It's a right pain in the ass, if I'm being entirely honest.
It's company policy. I wasn't Jiminy Limpet originally. I've gone through about 5... I've committed 5 transgressions. So I've changed my name 5 times. Basically, it's a way that FistShark protects itself. The senior partners decided that in order to keep its executives as valuable members of the team, they are to change their names. It was originally periodically, but they kind of relaxed that rule. Now it's just any time we offend, say, a major United Nations state, if we commit war crimes, acts of terrorism, the general mistakes that executives can make in their day-to-day business of running a marketing company.
Basically, whenever a problem becomes so big that we can't escape it by paying off mere duly, senior partners make the person responsible change their names. And so now I'm Conrad James Reardon.
I gotta ask, now, far be it from me to pry into the lives of people who aren't celebrities, but why?
Okay, I may have sold anthrax to ISIS.
What? How did you... the company Anthrax is a very limited resource. We're not allowed that stuff, without signing a ton of forms. How did that get through legal?
No. See, that's not... Yeah, that was where the problem actually came in. Because they thought I was selling them anthrax, the biological agent.
Mm-hmm.
I sold them the band Anthrax because I had recently signed them, and it was just a crossed wires thing. I feel really silly about it, but
whoa! You did what? You sold Anthrax the band to ISIS?
Yeah.
Okay, right. This was funny at first, and now I'm scared. First of all, selling anything to ISIS is bad. I'm assuming part of the reason the senior partners did this is because the US government isn't very happy about this.
Well, right, and the plan was that I was just going to route it through Guatemala, and then they could make the transaction. Right, it wasn't going to be an issue. And, I sent anthrax to Guatemala, I got them on the plane off to the Middle East, and the next thing I know, oh no, wrong anthrax. And now we've got an international incident on our hands.
Sure. I mean, I can't imagine ISIS is too happy about this either. They were expecting Anthrax the powder, and they got Anthrax the band.
Yeah, no, they're pretty upset. They sent me a video of them beheading a guy who looked a lot like me, just as sort of a warning. I feel really bad about it, actually.
Yeah,
I feel, because I don't think he
poor
did
Tom
anything.
Selleck.
Yeah, he had a mustache. What
do you feel bad about selling human beings to a terrorist organization as well?
What?
You sold people to to terrorists. They're a good rock band, too. The bass player, Scott Ian, he's a heck of a good writer. He wrote a good Batman comic once. You sold him to terrorists, I think. Did you?
I did, and that is a problem, because as opposed to causing terror with a bioweapon, now ISIS is causing terror with Anthrax performances, because they're going to play. Like, you can't send Anthrax somewhere and have them not play. They go crazy.
Well, here's the real rub here. Here's why I'm actually worried. I'm not worried about selling people to people. I mean, we do that all the time. We work in media. But, dude, you crossed Anthrax. Now, I'm not that worried about ISIS being annoyed. I'm not that worried about the United States government being annoyed. Anthrax have powerful friends.
I know. That's why we're changing the name.
I mean, I far be it from me to judge the senior partners' wisdom. And hold on, let me just speak into the plastic flowers on the desk. Far be it from me to judge the senior partners' wisdom, almighty though it is, but do you think a name change is going to cover it? I mean, the Anthrax have branches everywhere. Their roots run deep.
Are we still talking about the heavy metal band, popular in the 1980s?
Popular in the 1980s. Consumingly powerful in the 1920s.
Almost 100 years ago.
Why do you think the poison is called Anthrax? The band ain't named after the poison. The poison's named after the band.
So they're over 100 years old?
We're really delving into lore that's not going to make a lot of sense, and you're going to have to kind of go with me on this, otherwise it won't quite work. But basically, when the Knights Templar were doing their thing with the Spice Girls, out in Jerusalem, back during the Crusades, there was a resistance formed to stand against them. The band you now know as heavy metal enthusiasts, Anthrax. From that early beginning, I guess the band and its name became less of a group of hardcore freedom fighters and more a kind of a symbol, an emblem, a state. The people you know as Anthrax currently are merely puppets of what Anthrax truly is, and you sold them, Conrad.
I don't know what I was thinking. It just crossed wires, I mean, I thought that, honestly, the music that they've made in the last decade or so, really, probably a more potent weapon than actual Anthrax.
Well, I'm not denying that, but I've read that one-off Batman comic that the bassist wrote, and I've, along with many others, have decoded the secret riddles that are hidden inside that. Having cracked the one-off Batman written by the bassist from Anthrax code, I realize what they're capable of.
What are they capable of?
Well, they killed Jesus.
H. Christ? The Jesus?
Yeah, mostly for fun.
Well, I'll be damned.
And they didn't do it on a crucifix, they did it with just regular sticks.
They just put him on sticks and he died?
They just hit him with a big branch.
Now, I figure they're going to relocate my home to the other end of Boston, which I'm not thrilled about, because it's not nearly as good a neighborhood.
Oh, that's a crap part of town. Dean Cain lives near there.
On the plus side, we did find someone that we can use as a body corpse that resembles me enough and just leave me at home. My wife will find me, and this solves the whole divorce thing too, which is great.
Yeah.
And since I'll be leaving the kids behind, I don't have to worry about the schools in the new neighborhood. I really think it's going to come out for the better. Mm-hmm.
So you're leaving your wife? You're planting a dead body? All because of Anthrax, the band, and ISIS?
Well, I don't want them to find me now, do I?
And this wouldn't be the first time either. I mean, I sold Anthrax to Al-Qaeda in 2002.
The band or the powder?
Both.
I gotta say, guys, the sales of those in-home domestic robots we've been putting out are doing pretty good. pretty good business.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a great idea having little robots, would run around and clean and do dishes and do all of those sorts of house cleaning things. I mean, it's, yes, sure, there have been a lot of complaints from people regarding normal maid services and things like that. We've gotten some resistance to their sales from but I mean, a lot of that's immigrant labor anyway, right? And who cares? They're just sending their money out of the country. Keep it at home. Something made in the USA. This is not made in the USA, but the money is. The money's all made in the USA, and that's what counts.
That's the bit that matters. That's the bit that matters. Okay, I do want to bring up an issue with you though. I'm not one to put down your ideas and your own portfolio.
I appreciate that. No, but if there's an issue, I want to know what it is. We want to make sure that the customer is served,
Well, they're served. These little robots go in the house, they clean the dishes, they tidy things up. But they seem to be serving themselves a bit more than their owners. And that is a bit of an issue. People have reported that the little robots are going in the house, doing the tidying, fluffing the pillows, putting dishes in the dishwasher, and then just kind of rifling through their stuff and taking things.
Oh, now come on. That's ridiculous. This is the same sort of mistrust towards robots that we always see. It's like, oh, they're going to come into my home and they're going to take my jewelry when I'm not looking and steal it. Now,
Well, they don't pay taxes,
tasteless.
Conrad.
That's true. They don't pay taxes. I admit that. They don't.
I mean, I'm not voting for Trump because politically and in terms of business, he's a rival, but what he said about robots coming into the country is pretty damn spot on.
Look, I understand that, yes, some jobs are being taken away, but the other side of that is, these are jobs real Americans don't want anyway. Give them to the robots, I say.
Right.
But if the robots are stealing, I mean, I did come up short about $200 from my personal savings in my house. And I do have about 3 of those robots in my house.
I mean, I used a couple of the robots myself, and all of my crotchless French knickers went. They've been going through my underwear drawer like you would not believe.
Are you sure? Are you sure that those aren't the edibles? Have you been sleep eating again?
I sometimes dream eat my underwear. That's true. We all know this. And honestly, I think that was pretty uncool of you to bring that up at this time. But no, this is stuff that's been going on. I leave the house during the day. I come here, I do my work, I come back. My knickers are gone. I've got to agree with Paulson on this. Sorry, Paulson, do you mind if I call you Paul?
Oh, sure. If you want to.
I know a Paulson, and he set fire to a glassworks factory and got really annoyed because most of it was glass and didn't burn, it just kind of melted. It was a really bad fire, and I don't want to associate myself with subpar arsonists.
I get that a lot.
Cool. So I've got to agree with Paul on this one. I really do feel like the robots are... We've got to iron out the kinks. They're taking people's jewelry. They're taking people's money. And they're bringing them to a robot that I don't know if it's one that was produced originally and went fully rogue, but there is a robot that lives under the city and wears, it's adorable. I've met him. Wears a green patchwork coat, a long coat, for him, not for us. It's a tiny wee coat. It's adorable. And a floppy hat, and has fashioned himself out of paper clips and cat hair, a kind of gingery beard. And he's calling himself Robo-Fagan.
Robo what?
Robo-Fagan. I requested an audience with him when I tracked my own robots down to the underground caverns where they take all their loot, and found in there all manner of smartwatches, iPads, Nintendo 3DSs, necklaces, Fabergé eggs, loads of money. I mean, I obviously filled my pockets as much as I could, but then I was captured by the robots who carried me off Gulliver style through the sewage systems, where they dumped me in this cavern and said that the beggar prince will not be pleased with me. And I said to him, I said, well, who is this beggar prince? I must speak to him. And then there he was. There was a robot, looked exactly like the others apart from the ginger beard, and basically just started singing at me.
Singing?
What did he sing?
He was just singing. He just went, "You've got to pick a pocket or two, boy. You've got to pick a pocket or two."
He sounds wonderful. Can I meet him?
He was enchanting.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you go down the sewers at night, you will inevitably get kidnapped and get an audience with the Beggar King. And who... Robo-Fagin the Beggar King, who will sing songs at you. They do all seem to be from the musical Oliver. In fact, he's only got 2 songs. He does that, and if you ever ask him a question, like, could you please stop stealing things? He goes, "I'm reviewing the situation, and I think I will steal things again, fuck off." He gets really angry at that point and mixes his words up and tells you to fuck off, and you get thrown out. Don't ask him a question. Because the song starts really good, and then he just, really fucks it up. Really flubs the lines.
Well, they sound pleasant enough. Maybe we could find a way to make this work for us. Maybe we can somehow team with them on some sort of a marketing initiative or some other scheme.
Well, I mean, they clearly don't want to be domestic servants, or they wouldn't be leaving in such numbers. Although I would like to point out that I think this is just a very, very small percentage of the robots who are engaging in this behavior. I shouldn't be indicative of all the domestic robots.
Not all robots, Conrad.
Most of them are just working to fulfill their prime functions. They're not. They don't want to cause trouble. They're not murderers or anything like that. They're just there to sort of provide. But I do like the idea of teaming up with these guys. I mean, we've been looking to develop a new kind of street team for a while. And if we have a whole bunch of stray robots being led by some sort of incredibly charming, bewitching leader, I say, let's work for our own mutual benefit. We can have the Robo-Fagin deck out the little urchin robots with some signage promoting our products, and they can work through the streets, and as they're pickpocketing, they're also, creating some buzz for our various clients.
I think we've solved a problem. I like that.
Well, will they work? Do they need something in exchange? Is there anything that they want?
I think, honestly, they just want to steal and sing. And I'm happy with letting them keep doing that.
Maybe we can offer them some sort of legal protection as a result. We'll get them free to do all the stealing they like without risk of incarceration or disassembly. And in return, they can post flyers places and, just generally do what hordes of children roaming streets can do and to be productive.
I like it. So that's that problem solved. Problem 2, Conrad. The other types of the malfunctioning robots, the ones that specifically tried to climb up my dick hole last night. Fellas, we got a situation on our hands.
What's up now?
This is the situation room with Wolf Blitzer, except Wolf Blitzer isn't here, it's us 3. And we've got to solve the situation that's in the room. Not in this room specifically. In fact, not in a room at all. It's in a ravine.
The situation's in a ravine.
The situation is in a ravine. And it involves Adam Levine.
Adam Levine's in a ravine?
Adam Levine is in a ravine.
The famous musical artist? The singer?
Well, as I say,
Let's not go crazy.
The man who's in a band, shall we say. The man from Maroon 5 was bicycling last Tuesday and slipped off a rock. His bike clipped it, and he lost control of his vehicle and tumbled into the ravine. Now, aerial shots of the scene are bad. He's broken his leg, bones jutting out. The bike is a mangled wreck. And I lent him that bike, so I'm devastated by this. I mean, it's mangled. Bits of it are in Adam, and that's not going to wash off. That's horrible for me, personally. I love that bike. But Adam's in trouble too, and he's been yelling for help for several days. Emergency services can't get near him due to the growing amount of children that have gathered around the cusp of the ravine and are pointing inwards, laughing, shouting and chanting in unison, Adam Ravine, Adam Ravine.
Poor Adam, it's, how does this have to do with us, though, as marketers?
Well, we are his representation in all things. In fact, and I guess this just speaks to the foresight of Adam Levine. Say what you want about his lack of singing ability, or writing ability, or ability. The man's got amazing foresight. His contract with us covers him for so many things. One of them is, in case of Adam Levine falling into a ravine, we are to intercept and provide aid. There's another one, if Adam Levine gets trapped in a sewing machine, we're to help him.
Huh.
If Adam Levine eats too many beans, we've got to help him out. We've got to get that gas past. He's covered, like, he has foreseen every eventuality.
If Adam ever falls into a toilet, Adam, it's, I'm gonna have to, that could have been witty. I guess I could have said latrine, huh? Adam latrine. I'm not good at this.
No, but
no.
He is, because he actually did put latrine. Although I did see WC, which has been crossed out with pen, and then latrine's written in marker.
Oh,
so,
all right. Well, I'm glad we got there.
We all make mistakes.
Yeah,
we all make mistakes. Even Adam, especially Adam. But anyway, we've been trying to reach him. At one point, and I don't know why he did this. He was only asking for trouble. He yelled up, "Help me! I'm marooned," which didn't help the situation.
Oh.
Because the kids just laughed and said, "You're maroon 5'd." It wasn't even funny. It wasn't even funny, but the kids are laughing their heads off. They're high-fiving each other. You'd think they'd go, but they keep sending out on a rotation to get Doritos so that they're constantly fed. It's like a self-perpetual Adam Levine mockery machine these children have erected out of themselves. Ambulances and police can't get through the mob. It's thick. Like, these children have formed a thick wall, like an exoskeleton of public shaming around this broken man.
It's thick, but short. That's the worst part. It's like your feet are pushing through a barrier. You could clearly, like, if you could climb on top of them, you could, but they can't support the weight.
No.
And so the first few EMS workers that tried to sort of climb across the surface of them, they fell in and they were devoured.
Oh, I don't even want to think about that. Like,
devoured?
I will never be able... Oh, Paul, I will never be able to watch the opening to Jurassic Park again. It was just like when they lowered the cow in the thing. It's horrible. Like, just shoes and clothing just, like, flying back out into the paramedics' faces, the ones left on the outside. One brave policeman tried to pole vault over. Like, the things they did with that pole and that policeman, I don't... I mean, I've seen some fucked up shit in my career, but...
How are we supposed to... I mean, shouldn't we be calling the military? That sounds like something that maybe a division of the military that is...
We did!
Yeah, what happened?
I called the military, and they told me to F off.
Even the Marines?
They said they ain't dealing with that shit. They said it was a case of not wanting to risk good men to bad children, and generally not caring about Adam Levine. Between those two things, we're on our own. The children, in a twist of cruelty, have been keeping Adam Levine alive by throwing water balloons at his face to keep him hydrated. And they're flicking peanuts down at him, which he has been eating gratefully. He's kind of getting a bit Stockholm-y at this point. He's thanking the children for the peanuts that they're throwing in derisive displays of mockery and contempt.
Well, the senior partners won't let us use the chopper.
No, yeah, they've been using it to basically fly near the ocean to watch the water spray up. They've been doing that for about 5 weeks now.
Good God, how are we supposed to affect any positive change? What are we supposed to do?
I mean, we've been trying to workshop ideas in the office. One idea was just throwing Craig at the children, just because that would solve one problem. Another idea is maybe tunneling under the children, We get shovels and do a great escape kind of thing. Hide the dirt in our trouser legs and like flick it off in the forest so the kids don't see. Dig under, grab Adam and pull him out. Another option is to just say fuck it and let him die down there. That one was oddly popular with The Office, but as his representative, I feel duty bound, as tempting as it is, to not go with that one.
Maybe we could find something like what would kids be attracted to more than pointing and laughing at Adam Levine in a ravine?
Skillet breakfasts.
Really? Skillet breakfasts?
They test really well with our sort of under 12 focus groups. They're a bugger for a hearty breakfast sausage with some green bell peppers.
So, okay. I mean, I'd say Denny's. Kids eat free there anyway. Maybe we could just build a Denny's or 3 near the ravine.
Yeah. Alternatively, I could put on my tights and get a pipe.
Put on your tights and get a pipe?
Yeah, and then lead the children with a merry tune and become the Pied Piper of Denny's. It's been a long time dream of mine.
Well, then, I mean, that sounds delightful.
All right.
Get you into some sort of, hat with a feather in it and a tunic.
Oh, God, can I get a jerkin?
Oh, yeah, we'll get you jerkin. And some of those shoes that curl up in the front. And
oh, my God!
But these are...
And a half cape.
These are children
yes!
These are killers. These are killer children.
This is my dream, Paul!
Where were you... What if they hurt you? Where are you going to lead them?
Don't stomp on my dream. Now, will one of you sign me up for pipe lessons? I can't play.
FistShark Marketing is Jim Sterling, Conrad Zimmerman, and Paulson Sear. Theme music by Ben Rama. Additional music by Alazar Chand. Our editor is Alan Smithy. Get more episodes and learn how to help support the show at FistShark.com. Follow us on Twitter at FistShark for more of our exploits. Complaints can be forwarded via email to fistsharkmarketing@aol.com. And remember, everything is available for a limited time only. Goodbye.